Hey, it's Dan. So I'm stuck in traffic, so I thought, why not just make a short video? And I figured what I'll talk about is the autumn, what's it called? The Autumn Statement by our good friend George Osborne. And I just find it amazing that yet again he's targeted landlords at more tax. It's just unbelievable. I mean, how much tax do you think that we can actually just keep on paying? So I think in yet another one, single swoop, he's decimated it even further. So what's happening now is that there's an additional 3% on top of any second property that you happen to buy over the value of £40,000. And on one of the examples that we gave, on a £275,000 house, before it would have been £3,750 in tax, and now it's £12,000 in tax. Well, what's going to happen there? You can't see my hands, can you? But I'm doing that. What's going to happen there? Well, obviously, what's going to happen is that landlords ain't going to be paying that. They've already got all that massive stamp duty to pay to begin with, £4,000 just to get into the deal, plus another £8,000 on top for a property that's going to return what, £300-400 a month? That's never going to happen. So what's going to happen then is that new investment in properties is going to stop, and so when that stops, the available market for rental properties is going to contract, and when supply of a product contracts, what happens? It becomes more scarce, and so prices go up. And so yet again, I think what's going to happen is that the rental prices are going to go up. No, it's fine for me as a landlord. I'm not really fussed about buying any more properties. I've got enough anyway. But for those people that are tenants and renting, especially at the lower end, what are they going to do? They're going to find themselves being pushed out whilst landlords go for better quality tenants. I've already stopped taking on local housing authority tenants because of the way that Leeds City Council continually screw me. So I even had 2 in a row where the tenant didn't pay the last 8 weeks of rent, and so you then go for eviction, and then the council simply move them into another property and start paying the rent for them. And even though I've written to the council and said, you shouldn't be doing that, they've taken that money and not paid the landlord, that's fraud, the council couldn't care less. They just say, well, it's up to you to chase it. Which it might be, but that's not the tenant's money. That's your money. That's my money. That's money that's paid to the tenant to pay their rent. That's through tax. So this is where some of the tax funds are going, but Leeds City Council don't seem to care, so we've made a decision to not take on any more local housing authority. We've got a couple that we've had for a couple of years and they're fine, but when they move out, we're not going to replace them with more LHA, and in fact rents are going to go up anyway. So in addition to putting stamp duty rises on the Autumn Statement, they've also put yet another cap on housing benefit increases for the next couple of years. So what that means is that not only are rents going to be more expensive, but what it's also going to mean is that so rents are going to go up, right? But what it means is that those people at the bottom end who haven't got any money because they're on local housing authority, they're going to get squeezed out of the marketplace. It's dreadful. So all that's going to happen then is an increase in homeless people, an increase in homeless children. There's 100,000 homeless kids in England right now. 100,000, not right now, but within the year, 100,000. I can't remember where I got that figure from. I read it online, so it must be true. But it's shocking, absolutely shocking. We do some work with homeless people, as you may know. We pack backpacks with hats and gloves and scarves and mints and a toothpaste and a toothbrush and pants and socks, and we hand them out, especially around Christmas because it's freezing cold. And that situation is simply going to get worse. It's going to keep on getting worse. So now I said this on Twitter and it's a bit of bad language, so but I thought it was quite funny, so I thought I'd share it. And what I said on Twitter was, I don't think George Osborne has been laid very much, but he certainly knows how to fuck the poor. And that's exactly what's happening. And it's shocking, absolutely shocking. Time will tell within the next 4 or 5 years, but my anticipation is that rents are going to increase by about 40% in the next 5 years. Bear in mind, they've already increased in the last 2 years, I reckon by about 20%. I've upped mine by about 25 to 30% in the last 2 years. And I think I saw a stat that came out that said rents have risen 9%. They haven't risen 9%, they've risen a lot more than that. Mine certainly have, and that's going to get far, far worse in the next 5 years. And whilst it may be more beneficial in George Osborne's eyes in terms of opening up the properties ready for first-time buyers to buy, but if I haven't got the deposits, or I haven't got any money because the money markets are still tight, who's going to be buying these properties that are now all available? And you know, if you read the Guardian and the Telegraph comments section, I tend not to read the articles, I just read the comments because I find it really inspirational. All this vehement hatred of landlords, calling us leeches and all that sort of thing. I get really motivated by that, by the way. I love the haters. Bring the haters on, because that's what fuels my inspiration and self-motivation, if you like. But when you go through and you start reading some of the comments, they're always about these poor first-time buyers who can't afford to get on because greedy landlords have taken over properties. And it's just not true. How about these greedy landlords are actually providing really good quality property for people who can't buy? But now that's going to get squeezed out as well. So where are these people who are renting, where are they going to go? If they can't afford to buy, which they won't be able to, what's going to happen? Where are they going to be able to go? Only time will tell. Listen, I'd love to know what you think, so just put your comments in the box below and give me some feedback. And seeing as we're not in traffic anymore, I better concentrate on the road, and we'll speak to you soon. My name's Dan Latto. Hope you're good. Take care.